du soleil, pas de 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 soleil. I did not actually think this would work. Would you believe me if I told you that that whole intro was shot with no special effects, literally everything done straight off the camera? Would your mind be blown? Because that's literally exactly what happened. No special effects were added. It was literally done with this jerry rig of a setup lens. And I could tell you about it some more right now. I know it's perfect because Valentine's Day is this Sunday and you could do some awesome creative shoots with it, as well as, you know, a whole ton of different creative ideas using this, you know, DIY trick for your camera. Let me tell you more about it right now. It's super easy to create this heart bokeh effect, and it literally takes only 3 things to do it. The first is some sort of material to block the light. You could use a piece of paper or cardboard. I'm using just part of an Amazon Prime packaging right here. The next is you need something to cut that paper or material with, and you're gonna need probably scissors for that. And yes, I know these are the tiniest pairs of scissors. They are the only scissors I own though, unfortunately. And then finally, some sort of way to attach this piece of paper or filter to your lens. And you could use tape, or in my case, I'm using a step up, step down ring. And I'm literally gonna show you how I attach it with this, but you could literally just use tape to make it easier on yourself. So step 1 is deciding, you know, what kind of lens you want to use for this project. And for me, I think the best bet would be to use one that has a really wide aperture so that you can get the best bokeh out of it. And for me, I found an easy, you know, lens for that is my nifty 50. A lot of people have this one, and it's nice and small for what we're doing. The aperture here is 1.8, so it's nice and wide. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this lens, remove the cap, and figure out kind of what size we need to cut from this piece of paper, because we want to block out pretty much everything except this heart shape that we're going to cut out. So pretty much I just, you know, kind of pair it up and line it up and just kind of eyeball and figure out, you know, what exactly is the size I want. Generally, you could do, you know, a little bit bigger if you're using some sort of tape so that you have, you know, space on the side, you know, to tape it down on the lens. For me, I'm just going to make it just slightly bigger than the lens thread right here, because I want to, you know, screw it on with this step up, step down ring. Now let me show you and cut it out right now. These scissors are so small, it's like barely showing up on the camera, but pretty much I'm just gonna cut, you know, a square piece kind of right here. I feel like I'm literally in kindergarten doing this. And once I got it cut out, there. So not the prettiest piece of cutting, but this will do. This is exactly what I need. As you can see here, pretty much fits and covers over it, which is good. The next thing we want to do is we want to make a symmetrical shape so that our heart is as perfect as it can be. The trick to doing that, fold it in half. That's why we wanted, you know, some sort of square or symmetrical shape. So I'm going to fold it, and then I'm going to cut a heart in the middle here. So I'm going to cut half a heart. The trick is you don't want that hole to be really big. You want it to actually be relatively small to get, you know, the best and sharpest looking bokeh. So let me cut that out and just show you real quick what that looks like. So now this is pretty much what it looks like. Yes, I know I probably wouldn't have passed preschool with a cut like this, but this will do for what we're trying to get. As you can see, it's not very big compared to the paper here. It is relatively small and it's in the center, which is the most important part that we want. And then essentially all you gotta do is just pretty much put it right on top of the lens. And what I'm going to do in order to attach this is use this step up, step down ring just to make it, you know, a little bit fancier than using tape, and also just because I don't have tape here. Another weird thing I don't have at my own place. So I'm going to, you know, pretty much just tighten it and put it on and show you that in a second. All right, so now our lens is all modded up, as you can see here, and there will be two things that I want to point out when you do use this. One, when you kind of use this DIY filter that we just made, you want to make sure that the heart is upside down when you're shooting. I don't know, it's like some weird optical science thing where it captures it, you know, backwards or upside down or something like that. But I just noticed from tests that you want to have this heart shape upside down, so do that. The other thing is to get, you know, the greatest bokeh if you're a photographer, you know, either to have a really shallow depth of field with your subject really close to the lens, or to have, you know, the whole thing out of focus with, you know, manual focusing. For the B-roll shot I just did manual focusing with it, you know, really defocused to get that super nice bokeh. But for, you know, if you want to do it with the subject, you could just have the subject be really close to the lens. And I think, you know, that's pretty much it for, you know, this whole DIY filter. Super easy, completely, you know, affordable, and almost pretty much free to do at home right now, and perfect for Valentine's Day coming up. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, make sure to press that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on future adventures, tips and tutorials, vlogs, the whole thing. And if you tried this, comment down below and let me know how it worked for you. I always love to hear feedback. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. I'm using this part of this Amazon packaging. I can't talk right now. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if this helped you at all. Thanks.